I tried to get you at Christmas. It didn't work out because of Brexit. I tried to send you this taxidermied bat skeleton on a velvet background. They wouldn't ship because of Brexit. They wouldn't ship it into the UK anymore. They actually put on their Etsy like no longer shipping to the UK. And that was one of the things I was going to send you for Christmas. I was like, she's going to love this. And then, good job, Tories. No more bat skeletons for Jenny.
Honest judgment.
Fucking Boris Johnson.
I thought the picture was more than enough, but that taxidermied skeleton would have been.
Oh goodness.
I'm going to buy. We can buy these little taxidermy ducklings, which is so precious. So I want to buy a taxidermy duckling, and then you can also get. They've like got these taxidermied bunnies, but they've like put like PPE on them for like COVID-19.
I was hoping there was going to be a need to that. I wasn't sure.
Obviously, the PPE was ineffective, but you know it's good for trying.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ineffective PPE. Ineffective bunny PPE.
Is that a segue? Speaking of ineffective PPE.
You all have fantasy COVID?
Fantasy COVID. Yeah, right. Yeah. A plague wipes out everyone in Liberty. The end.
Oh no.
Safkeen's still alright. Safkeen's still kicking. The world is now yours to do with as you wish. All right. So what happened previously?
Bloody foreteller.
So
Bloody foreteller, indeed.
Bloody foreteller. Yes.
Yeah, you guys finished up Topsmiller Castle. You hunted Grimfang. Got rid of that. Did the hookah deal. Freed foreteller. Returned.
February.
I have this gun loaded.
Get out of here.
All right, so back at your mansion, you took your long rest. You should all be level 11 now.
Yes.
Safkeen has her Kraken plushie.
Kraken plushie. Ring of Genie summoning. What else?
Xavier has told the party that tomorrow morning he is heading to Sub 2 to go see Mother. And if anyone would like to join
whether
him,
you want to come with or not,
he is leaving at 6 the next morning.
Fair enough.
We all got
night
200
before there was some
platinum
shopping
pieces.
Right, all of you got
Prunus.
200 platinum from Prunus. She has another job for you whenever you're ready.
That's right. I forgot about that.
There was some shopping the night before. Some potions were procured and made.
And we finally
Genevieve
figured
has-
out what LB stands for.
That's true.
LB stands for Lilith Braddock. Finally.
No.
Safkeen tried to set up Prunus. Didn't go well.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Didn't go so well.
So that's on the books.
Right.
Ever again.
There we go.
Genevieve got a potion of animal friendship from Xavier.
A potion of love.
Right. Right. Potion of
Right.
yes.
Of love.
Reality. And Xavier got more potions?
You got, yes.
3 normal ones and 1 greater.
Normal Evo bombs and then
Right.
1 greater. Yeah.
Frost bombs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
that was all
Lilith and you went. Lindell and you went shopping, and we got some healing potions too.
That's right.
And Lindell got a new cloak.
Yeah, some magic items were had. I think you got some cartographer's tools at the Abyss.
Yeah, I marked them up.
So yeah, I can't remember what the gold was. It wasn't too expensive.
Yeah, you said 20 gold pieces in the chat,
Yeah.
so that's what I marked off.
20 gold. That was
They're very
PHB
nice.
price.
Cartographer tools.
Cartographer's tools, which you're going to use that
And
night.
the last thing was we had a fun little scene where we...
Mm.
And that fun little scene where we tried to convince Jenica Donlux that
That's right.
Lilith is
Chef
actually Beth Mac, the
Beth
sous chef.
Right.
With her green hair.
With the green hair. I think there was some convincing of
Green
Lilith
hair.
maybe to make a toilet at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So she's going to be working on that. You reprogrammed Seb again with another reel of your illusory story.
Yeah. Overnight, Lindell made a new CCTV reel for Seb so that anyone like scrying on the house sees Beth only ever as her sous chef form. And Carlton Clarence, because we're not going to be in the house for probably a few days. So it's weird if they can see us in the house when we're not there. So yeah, so reprogrammed that. Made a couple.
You've got your lanterns. You did your cartography thing.
Yeah, and stayed up night drawing a map.
Right. So go ahead and roll me a d20 real quick.
Sure.
Ooh.
How good the map is.
Not bad. What's your proficiency bonus for?
8.
8. Wait, your proficiency bonus is plus
4.
8? Oh, okay. So plus 4?
No. That you said that just roll a dice. So just the dice is plus 8. The dice is 8. Proficiency bonus plus 4.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine. You wake up the next morning, no problem. It was just to see if you would be exhausted by the activities the previous night. So you're okay. Yeah, you had enough sleep. No problem. You got all your things done the night before.
I'd probably be one of the last people to wake up.
Yeah,
like
everybody
Xavier's
else
gonna have to come and like poke me.
Yep.
In the cheek.
David.
Yeah.
As we're at the start of the session, can I have my roleplay moment with you, please?
Oh my gosh. Yes, that's right. Last time before we logged out, you wanted to have a little role play with you the night before. I'm guessing when you're in your rooms through the joint fireplace, or
I just go to her room. We don't have to talk through the fireplace.
Yeah. Well, there was a scene before where both of you were just laying in bed and you could hear each other. I think you were just conversing through the wall.
Yeah, but if we're gonna actually talk, we're not gonna. Okay. Girls don't do that, David.
Okay. Guys would do that, I guess.
In trees.
And trees, yeah. Bro trees.
No, actually, it would be like as you is like heading up to go to her room, like to get ready to go to like bed or whatever. Sakin will Sakin's gonna have to follow her anyway because she has to then walk to her room as well.
Yeah, we're neighbors.
Yeah, exactly. Gonna like she'll wait until you goes inside the room because she's not just gonna like randomly like stand behind you and stare at her.
We could just go up together. We're best friends. Like you and
yeah. No, she'll let her go in first and then just like sort of she'll sort of knock on the door frame and be like, knock, knock, knock.
Okay. You just turns around. The door's open.
Yeah. Yeah, so Safkin will walk in. I don't know if you needs to roll an insight check to see that she looks kind of nice, but I don't know. you can probably notice that.
I have high insight, yes.
Yeah. Safkin's gonna walk over to this like big black bag on the floor that
was that in my room before?
No, it wasn't.
You roll a perception check real quick. Or actually survival. Do survival.
Is Stop about to kill me? Plus 4, 16. 16.
You can see there's kind of a trail almost, like a drag mark on the floor from this bag being like lugged up or drug up, and a little bit of debris falling. Yep.
Okay. I'll go over with Saf. What's this?
Safkin's just going to sort of open it and like, she can't really hold it out because it's probably quite heavy. But she'll just sort of push it towards you and be like, look inside it.
What do I see when I look inside the bag?
Go ahead and describe it, Safkin.
Inside the bag are like a collection of bones.
And the first thing that catches you is kind of like the stale scent from inside the bag of old dusty bones and mildew and rot, kind of that very familiar scent, almost like a potpourri.
These are freshly dug. Fucking. Where did you get these?
Well, I was gonna say you don't want to know, but I mean you probably did want to know. I
wait, say that. Wait, Saf, did you grave dig for me?
Yes.
Oh, Safkin! Yusa's gonna hug her so hard.
you guys all hear from nowhere. There's this like French accordion music playing, very romantic.
You all just hug Safkin really hard, but then just turn around and start going through the bag of bones. Oh, a femur! What is this? We have a whole person in here? 2 people? How many people are in here? Do I find any skulls?
So
yeah, go ahead.
Safkin's gonna sit on the floor and watch through the bones. You just be like, I'm not super familiar with, land creatures and what have you. I had to kind of ask Johnny about it a little bit because I didn't really know what one was exactly. But he so he's gonna like,
wait. You's just gonna pause and just turn slowly. Is there a centaur in here? I want to pick up the biggest bone I can find in there. Is this a centaur bone?
It's not exact. Well, no, but Tristani described, like, Safkin's like staring at the floor now. Tristani described centaurs as being like half human, right? So I thought if I got a human skeleton and a horse skeleton, then you could maybe like merge them together and make your own centaur. Because I didn't know where to find a centaur, an actual centaur from. So you've got a horse and a person in there. I think I kind of know what a horse looks like. It looks like a hippocampus.
Saf.
With more legs.
Put my hand on her shoulder. Safkin. Digging up graves is so hard. This is the sweetest thing anybody's ever done for me. As soon as we get back from sub 2, I know Xavier is going to help me build a centaur. This is the greatest thing ever. Thank you. Hug her again while holding a femur.
Yeah, it's like a big rear hip bone of a horse. One of those the big one of these things looks like a frying pan.
So I can raise a medium creature. Is a horse a medium creature?
A horse is actually a large creature.
No!
But get this, a centaur is a medium creature. How does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a horse.
I just listened to a whole podcast about this.
What?
I know.
Okay, so if I want to raise half a horse, it counts as a medium creature.
Yeah.
Okay. Yay! So this is the sweetest thing anyone's ever done.
Hey, there's glues, there's adhesives out there that Hell, you've got
Xavier has
2
no ideas
artificers
on
in the
this.
house.
That's what I'm saying. Xavier's gonna help me. He loves this
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
And I mean, Lilith, she could, make the other half of it.
I don't talk to her.
Robotic. You don't talk to her.
Soph,
Yeah,
when did
Joaquin
you
would
do
approve.
this? It takes a whole night to dig up a body. Where did you even find a dead horse?
It was
Amazon.
Amazon.
Especially on
when we came back from that orphanage place, and you'd gone, and
Oh.
Xavier said that maybe if I made a centaur, you'd come back. So I started making a centaur, sort of, and then you came back. So I don't know.
totally forgot about that.
You's gonna put all the bones down and turn and earnestly hug Sofkeen, not a quick, silly hug. He's gonna hold her real tight. Just, it's okay. I was always gonna come back. You don't have to worry about when I jump into Otherwhere, really. Probably. Mostly. It's real chaotic down there, but
I'm just glad you came back.
Sofkeen, I've never had anybody really waiting on the other side before. I didn't consider it. I'm sorry.
I mean, everyone else was worried too. Just me the most, probably. I think. I don't really know. I'm gonna say that I miss you.
It's you too.
Or you. Yeah.
But I'm really glad you didn't go in there with me. She's gonna step back. I think it's better if you stay on this side, and if I have to go on that side, you don't follow me, okay?
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to do that well.
Just like you wouldn't want me to jump underwater and drown. That's not a good idea.
Yeah, but you have water breathing. Oh
yeah, I forgot. You just have to remind me to cast that because I'm getting a little forgetful.
That's true. Okay, I'll
hey,
tell you.
Tomorrow, are you okay with going with Xavier and me? We haven't really talked about it. Nobody's talked about it.
I mean, I'd be okay with it. I mean, that weird person on the boat told us to go see the witch from Cup 2, right? That's obviously Xavier's mother, so.
I kind of met Xavier's aunt when I came out of Otherwhere. She, yeah, Xavier's... No, she's in charge of the Pharaohs. Like in charge of the Pharaohs, like the top.
Well,
she told me that her sister was in charge of Sub 2. And so it's got to be Mother, right?
How does Xavier not know?
I don't think anybody knows. She was really itching to get me to stay in the Pharaohs, but I had to jet. You know, I don't trust them.
Yeah. I
yeah. So, but I do think I have to go talk to her. So I've got to stick close to Xavier for the next few days. But then I feel like we have to help Jen. There's just so much we have to get done, and people could die. People are already dead. I haven't even introduced you to yet. We'll talk to him later. But I just wanted to make sure you're okay if we're going to go underground. Like, I haven't asked you what you even want to do. Why are you here?
Well, it's complicated, I suppose. I don't know. I had a reason to be here initially, and now it's kind of changed a bit.
Softkeen's hand. She's like, that's great. My reasons have changed too.
I wanted to get a boat and sail to do something, but now I don't know if that's feasible or safe or smart to do anymore. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm realizing that I can have more of a purpose than I thought I would before. I don't know.
We're gonna stick together, right?
As long as you'll have me around to stick by you.
Me around? Nobody will have me around. Soph, I grave dig for a living. This is this. But I just wanted to make sure before we head down tomorrow that you're coming with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I am gonna drag this bag of bones out into the hallway though, because they're still quite stinky.
Yeah, I don't know how to clean them or anything like that.
That's all
right. When you open the door to the outside hall, Seb's out there sweeping up. Just takes a moment and looks at you and just goes back to sweeping.
I'm gonna drag my bones out.
Good job. Hey, here, let me. Softkeen will take it from you and lift it for you. You have -1 strength.
Yeah, it's really heavy. I mean, it's a full horse except for the skull and most of a human except for the legs. It's a lot of bones.
So this is so exciting. I'm going to attach Lafayette to this, and I'm going to ride him around town. Oh, no, shit. They kind of told me at the Pharaohs I can't do that. I have to keep him more low-key from now on.
Lafayette's kind of noticeable, his face. He might get spotted.
We can take the face off.
Oh, no face. I was wanting to. You'll keep walking into the eyes.
Softkeen, I can't wait to take you to Auburg. We could ride Lafayette around Auburg all day. Nobody would even mess with me. It's gonna be so much fun.
But you ride Lafayette, and I'll just find a normal horse to ride next to you. How's that?
I could raise you one. We could get a second dead horse. We could ride twin skeleton horses.
Centaurs.
Centaurs. Centaurs.
None of Lafayette's head or anyone that I know head, please.
Oh, okay. If you prefer a face, we'll keep a face. I think the face is unsettling. It's much better to... Anyway.
All right, so you guys drag your bag of bones somewhere. And,
Lou and Softkeen will never not be just totally awkward together.
I guess into Yu's room, you're dragging the bag of bones.
No, I'm putting him in the hallway so we can sleep. It's too stinky.
Oh, okay, sure. Just a bag of bones out in the hallway.
Seb doesn't care.
Seb rolls over to pick up the bag as if it's garbage and puts it over.
No, Seb!
Put that down. Put that down right now. Put it down.
Seb can go into the base. Seb, can you put that with Lafayette in my bone room?
Yeah, he rolls down the hall towards the lab.
How does he know what the bone room is?
I don't know. Maybe Lindell programmed it, right?
Lindell, the bone room?
Yeah, well, I'm just calling it the bone room. It's where the bones are, downstairs.
No, Lafayette's in the lab.
Oh, he's in the lab. I thought he was downstairs in the cabin.
He's in Xavier's room. You guys left half of a corpse in Xavier's room.
Well,
also the mantelpiece.
It's in stasis, sure.
That's
not that much odd.
Xavier.
Softkeen's gonna suddenly be like,
Brian, it's not.
Imagine if we get a ship to go rescue Othmal, we to put Lafayette as the maidenhead.
I mean, you're really coming around to this necromancy stuff. I love it. She really fought me much harder in the beginning.
You know, you have to foster it a little bit.
Yeah,
at a
really.
time.
Slowly, she's coming around.
A gradual process.
Sakine will look surprisingly proud of her suggestion and not disturbed by her suggestion.
All right, you guys can hear Xavier toiling away in the workshop still. Every once in a while, you hear a small explosion. Nothing bad. You know, a jar tipping over, or glass breaking. So yeah, bag of bones in Xavier's room. I'm sure, Xavier, you're fine with that.
He's probably got a box for them at this point where he's cataloged different types of bones and organized.
I imagine. Yeah, it's looking a little bit more organized in there. Frankie's with you to help out.
The dragon dildo.
Oh, yeah.
Ate it.
That hit the ground hard.
I know, it's heavy.
It's heavy.
Of course it hits hard.
It's like an earthquake.
And demonetized.
Yeah, Sakine will watch Seb like trundling off with a bag of potential centaur bones. And then she'll just turn to you and just be like, well, I mean, we've got a long day tomorrow, so I should be off to bed.
Yeah, I've got some dark books to read before I fall asleep, so.
Okay,
bright and early.
You all get narcolepsy and you fall asleep.
No,
Day over. Day
you
over.
Go to bed. You go to
bed. Before you like turns to like go to sleep though, so Sakine will just sort of step up to her sort of hesitantly, and then just sort of very kind of quickly, she'll just sort of, well, she doesn't have to go on her tiptoes because you's also quite short, but she'll just lean up and just very briefly like kiss you on the cheek, and then
you stands there very, very stiffly. She's just, I've never had anyone do that before.
Did you say that out loud? Like,
yes. Like, she does say it out loud. Night, Sakine! And she's gonna go in her bedroom and shut the door. You is not smooth. I have like a negative charisma. She is awkward as fuck.
Sakine
So
has
you all
zero charisma, so hey.
You all make your ways to your beds eventually and find rest, some sooner than others. Some stay up to doodle. Others just take a little moment to meditate. Others of you are restless, wake up every once in a while. But it's starting to feel more at home to stay in this mansion, knowing now that you have the ghosts of the knockers looking after you and the demonic presence is gone. And it's starting to feel a little bit warmer and more full, having all your friends around. You all wake up to the sound of the front door of the mansion opening and closing. You can kind of hear it echo throughout the house. Sounds like Carlton Clarence has made his way back. The next morning, the sun is up. You guys rouse from your sleep. Again, some earlier than others. Xavier's already packing up, getting ready for the long journey. Lindell is completely out cold with cartographer tools all over her lap. And you and Soft Keen both kind of awkwardly wake up, trying to not make too much noise so the other doesn't hear the other wake up.
Aw.
And Genevieve, you roll over in bed and open your eyes, not seeing the ghosts in the mirror or in the stained glass behind your fireplace as you had the previous time you slept here. But there's also someone else missing from your life, and it's starting to hurt. As you guys make your way down, you would notice the hair color is back to normal of Lilith. She's downstairs. She heard Carlton Clarence come in. She's up early. She's an early riser. Still got her goggles on and a little bit of soot on her face from whatever she was doing the night before. Carlton Clarence is in his normal, like, medium armor. And he's holding a letter that was delivered.
That better not be another quest. We don't have time.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Good
You're
morning.
here bright and early.
Yeah, I forgot you survived.
I do come to work.
Good.
I'll take the letter out of his hand.
Oh, yeah, here, a courier dropped this off.
Open it up. What does it say?
Lindell, would you like to read?
Oh.
Oh, sure. Can you upload it into the compendium?
Oh, yeah. I'm putting them in the journal.
And then the journal, then everyone can see it.
Yeah.
I will have to download it very quickly.
I have got to look at my D&D BR. No, Roll20.
I forgot that Roll20 can do that.
I know, right? I was like, this is the perfect thing to put in there.
Great.
That's who's gonna go off and start kicking everyone.
Let's see, do you
Just
just
say start kicking everyone. Yeah, so go to your journal and then you create a new handout.
here, add handout.
And then literally all you do is put the title and then you click and drag it into the spot, give it 30 seconds, and it's good to go.
Is it a single page?
It is, yeah, it should be.
Okay. We'll see if it works. In player's journal, all players.
Journal. Oh, there it is.
No, that's not him. That's not who this is from. There we go. I typed it in there as letter from Lafayette, and I was like, wait, no, that's not right.
Oh, there, yeah. Can everyone see it now? The letter from Charles?
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Let me see.
I had to double click on it.
Yeah.
It was very pixelated at first.
There it goes. Yeah, you're right. You have to click on it. Okay.
Genevieve, Soft Queen.
So maybe read it in Charles's voice.
Sure, yeah. Can everyone see it? Jenny, too?
What is it on?
On Roll20.
I don't think she has Roll20 open.
Go in your journal. Oh, she doesn't have Roll20 open. Okay, never mind.
I can copy and paste it into the chat.
So there's a letter written on a piece of parchment. It's quite simply but very nicely written. And inside, like, whoever opens it, so I guess you, when she opens the letter, it's quite thick. And as you open it up, there's a written letter and there are 3 it looks like some kind of like chalk or crayon drawings. Of course, you read the letter first. And the letter reads, Dear Genevieve, Safkin, and the short expectations. I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing to express my thanks, as my gratitude holds no bounds, just as the white expanse guarded by the great Obensis. I know it's only been a few days, but both my family and I wanted to express our gratefulness. I had no idea how many coins were in the pouches you bestowed upon me until I counted them on the kitchen table after breakfast. My husband Jacques almost fainted. Don't tell him I told you that. And the children were absolutely ecstatic. They immediately began clamoring about how we could express our thanks. As such, please see the enclosed pictures drawn by my children. Elise is 14, Maki is 10, and Katerina is 6. I'm excited to say that we have some plans for the coin. We're planning on making some additions to our home to make more space for the children. They're getting older and are currently all sharing a single room. We also decided to use a decent portion to invest in a new variety of grapes. He would never admit it, but it would give Jacques great happiness if, once the wine is ready, that you all come to our farm and help us name the wine and design the bottles. In addition, we've put a sum away for the children's schooling, and as a reserve, in case we find another lost child needing a home. All of this is possible because of your generosity. You're all seasoned combatants, intuitive conversationalists, but above all, compassionate and caring of heart. I wish you the best on your journeys and hope to see you again soon. The ever grateful Charles Lavoie. Lavoie and Linklater Farm and Winery, Cherry Blossom Lane, Liberty City Service.
Okay, so after you read this, what Sofkeen? What, Jen?
Charles should adopt Lynn.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Lynn. You was gonna read this and be like, how much money did we give Charles? He acts like he's opening a school.
It was a lot. I did give him a lot.
What did we do?
So you gave him 120 gold pieces. Lindell gave him 50 platinum pieces.
Oh my god.
So like 500.
Yeah,
620 gold.
Which, to put that in perspective, that's 2 years' salary for one soldier.
Jeez, we put Charles's kids through college.
That's like giving somebody 60 grand.
We're good people.
Yeah, you just gave Charles 60
know
grand.
The value of money.
We don't get it. None of us understand.
Soon.
Damn.
Yeah. So inside there are 3 pictures of differing qualities. The first picture. Yeah. The first picture is very much like stick figures, but it's kind of like there's one that says like me and dad, and then there's a bunch of other just kind of like mushed stick figures of like one's a yellow stick figure, one's a blue stick figure, and it just says shirt expectations at the bottom. The next one is a little bit better, and there's one that's very clearly Charles, and it's blasting, and there's a big explosion of rock and like very like graphic 10-year-old boy type of, and then there's a bunch of stick figures in the background that says short expectations. And then the last one is actually an quite very well done picture. Albeit it was obviously done by description. So like Jen's ears are like ridiculously long. Lindell is like a foot tall. Xavier literally has branches coming out of his arms with leaves. Safkeen has gills. Like it's obviously each of us, but told by verbal description.
And also, dear Genevieve, Sofkeen et al., you can see who the favorites are. I'm going to hand this to Genevieve. I'm going to hand the letter to Genevieve.
Well, Charles knew them first, right?
Yeah. So talented.
From the Death House.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true. The Death House.
He knew them long before he knew the rest of us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that he's doing well. We'll have to go see them sometime.
Yeah.
Breakfast, Safkeen, would you be so kind? I would love something to drink and eat.
Make us breakfast. So, Xavier.
Lilith joins. I mean, Chef Beth joins.
Like holding bags and his equipment, and has Frank standing near him and is looking at the door.
Xavier, what's the plan before we head out? Xavier, what's the plan?
We will head to Sub 1 via the route that I originally came up from the surface, or to the surface. We will make a short trek to Mother's house, and I have some things to talk to her about.
The route that you were imprisoned on? That route?
No, I actually intended to come up another way that Mother and some of her minions use. Well, more her minions than her, but there's a shaft we can take. It's hard to climb up, but going down is way easy. It's almost like falling. It'll be safe.
Xavier, is it easy for us that are made out of, like, blood bags? Or is this more of an easy for a tree type fall?
It has a gradual slope.
You checking to make sure she prepared feather fall?
hey, you. Roll an insight check really quick.
Oh, jeez. 7 plus 4, 11.
11. Okay, she doesn't get it. So Xavier, it was really funny to me. I don't think anybody else would have understood. When you used the word root, I don't think you understood what you meant by taking the root.
Are we taking? Oh no!
But you don't get it at all. You think he's using ROUTE.
Oh no! Just checking my spells here.
I'm sorry to butt in, but what is the purpose of visiting your mother? I'm not really sure. I mean, I'm fine to help you along the way, but why are we heading down there?
My entire purpose for coming up to the surface was to understand more about myself, my place, my power, and how the Gulthius tree fit into these things. I and the rest of us have destroyed the Gulthius tree. It is gone. I need more information, and Mother has been telling me through not so subtle means that I need to come back to her. And it will happen today.
So it's a journey of self-discovery. Got it. Okay. Wow.
And I'm going to pat Xavier on the shoulder. I met Mother's sister, and she's really scary.
There has a sister.
How and where and who?
Well, while you guys were like helping orphans, as I can tell, I was in hell, and then I came out of hell, and Mother's sister was there, and she told me I needed to go talk to Mother. So
what? So David, would I know Mother's sister at all?
Roll a history check for me. Roll a family check for me. Meanwhile, the rest of you, Safkeen brings out some what look like no-bake scones and some tea for all of you to snack upon before your journey. How did you do, Xavier?
Lendell puts a scone in her bag.
Again, 18.
Oh,
18. You
and give it to Lindell like pat lunch.
In the various ramblings of Mother, which there are many, you can recall her, yes, mentioning a sister, but it was out of context at the time, so it really didn't make sense. But now you're like, oh, okay, well maybe she did have a sister actually.
Sister? Huh.
Here, we're kind of like cousins via demonic possession.
No.
You were possessed by his aunt? I don't understand.
Was my aunt in Otherweird?
No. Oh, no. Your aunt is, she's in charge of the Pharaohs. You know, my enemies.
But... Hey, didn't you write a letter to Merryweather? Is that who you're talking about? Or is that someone else?
Yeah, what is her name?
Remember you had me deliver a letter to the Pharaohs, and there was like I thought Merryweather was like the head of the Pharaohs, and
no, it's not Merryweather. I had you write a letter to the Pharaohs. This is all really complicated.
No, Merryweather's the one that helped me make the device to help the. Anyway, yeah, my Pharaoh's contact was Merryweather. Which didn't you say he had the black spot? She had the black spot?
Oh, yeah. Merryweather's down.
Right, so Merryweather's gone.
I didn't have a contact at the Pharaohs. I've never had a contact at the Pharaohs. The Pharaohs has been trying to contact me for a very long time. But I've been avoiding them.
I just want to put it on the table. If you need, another letter delivered to them, I would happily deliver a letter to any time you want a letter delivered to the.
I might take you up. I might take you up on that because I just really don't like that place.
Okay, just let me know any time,
No, I know we haven't had time to talk about it. I'm gonna sit back with my tea and a scone.
Safki and Carlton Clarence looks out. Good bread thing, thanks. So you guys are heading out again?
We are.
All right. So
yeah.
Is there a room for me, or am I just gonna wander? Or
so, Carlton, you can. Is everyone okay if we let Carlton use the front left, kind of drawing room as his office?
Sure. I mean, we don't. Did any of us
I'm
use
pinging it on the map.
Yeah, it'd be good for me to be up by the door, and I can see out the windows to the guard station.
Yeah, you need a cot. What do we need to get, Carlton? I didn't even think about that.
Desk?
Well, I was thinking a cot, maybe a desk, a chair, something. Carlton, how much do you think it would cost to outfit that room with furniture and whatnot?
I mean, I could just take it out of my salary. It's all right.
Oh no, Carlton.
No. How much?
I mean, that sounds like a great idea.
No, this is expense paid.
I mean,
so
maybe.
Money.
Does he? Does he?
I can work on a budget. 5 gold, maybe.
Why don't we just go to Lanlan?
Sure. Here's 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
Make it.
Lanlan has lots of furniture.
And get yourself a nice desk. You're the head guard of Short Expectations. You have to look proper, so you got to have a proper office as well.
But Safki was saying she has a great secondhand shop. That would be wonderful for supplies.
Let's go to Lanlan's shop.
I need to get a shave and a haircut.
That too. Yeah, you got to look proper. Also, get this is our new sous chef, Beth. If anyone asks, her name is Beth. She's our sous chef. And she looks him in the eyes. You're like, this is Beth, our sous chef.
Why did you dress up Lilith like this?
Okay, it's a long story, Carlton. You're getting paid not to ask too many questions, okay?
Right, sure. Whatever.
Beth, sous chef, that's her name. If anyone comes asking, Lilith is dead, and this is Beth, the sous chef. Got it?
Got it.
Okay, cool. Also, here's an extra 5 gold pieces for a very nice locker for yourself.
Okay.
And for your very smart mouth. Yes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I can handle it.
If you want a haircut, Xavier, great at them.
I'll pass. You guys seem busy.
Yeah. Yeah,
all right. Well, anyway, thanks for the gold. I'll send somebody out to get some stuff and fix up the front room for myself, and I'll let you know if anybody comes by. Is there a way for me to contact you while you're gone, or just wait till you come back?
Wait till we come back.
Yeah, just
how
wait till
long
we
you
come
guys
back.
gonna be gone?
Xavier?
You know what? It doesn't matter. I'll take care of the place. It's fine.
It's a short journey.
Down.
Sure.
Also, I know you're not comfortable with it, but get Lilith to show you how to use that magical wand. Get her to train you with it, to how to use it. Okay? You should know how to use that.
Wand?
Yeah, you remember when we left last time? I had the magical wand that I gave. Yes, Beth. Get Beth to show you the wand of magic missiles that I left for you.
Yeah, I can show you how it works. That's fine. Actually, I want to stay in case Ellis or Kat return. I'm also trying to find out where my airship schema is being kept. So maybe when you return, you can help me retrieve it.
Maybe.
Before
Beth,
the Teachings get their hands on
the house or the grounds.
Sure. No, I will. It'll be fine. I've got my scrying stone, eavesdropping stone. Anyway, Carlton, you can try me at cards. We'll play cards. I'll show you how to use the wand. Okay?
Xavier's turning the door
sure.
at this point.
Xavier, we have to eat.
Xavier, wait! I also have a present for you, Xavier. Xavier, come here.
Okay, so Lindell, you wanted to ask Xavier something too, so if you want to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, Xavier, is Frankie a creature?
Frankie is a construct made of various bits of other people and possibly creatures.
Yeah, but can he attune to things?
Human samples.
Believe so.
Okay, come here. And she pulls out the cloak of elven kind, which is like Lindell sized. But as she like goes over to Frankie, she probably like does a little like hop on like a door frame to get up to his height. And as she throws it around Frankie's shoulders, the cloak expands to be Frankie size. And she fastens it around his neck, pulls the hood up, and lands on her feet. And it's just like, if we hang out for 1 hour, he's going to be a lot sneakier, and people won't notice him as much, which is a really good thing if we're traveling through the city.
Looking up, the monstrous figure just kind of looms over you, Lindell. He's in full heavy plate armor, so it's kind of like hard to tell. There's a little bit of a stench when you get close, but the cloak does kind of mask it a little bit.
He's also, if you remember, been rubbed down with various herbs and things that Xavier was actually trying to heal him with. But he smells, he probably smells very oddly floral.
Yeah,
like
oddly floral. Like when somebody plants. Go ahead, yeah.
And then a deeper level of like, yeah, there's some rot there somewhere.
Yep. Yeah, it's like when somebody plants flowers in fresh manure. It's like there's a scent, but there's a scent.
Which Xavier never seems to notice.
I mean,
thank you.
If he wears this cloak, it'll just cover some bases.
Okay. Xavier is gonna have Frankie take off his cloak that he's wearing. If you want to swap them, you can borrow Frankie's cloak, which is.
Oh no! I've got this new black one. Did you not see? I've got this new black cloak. Just look at it. Look how it just falls off my. Isn't it pretty?
Is Frankie's cloak from Otherwear?
Frankie's cloak. I can't remember where we found it. It's a cloak of billowing. It always looks like he's in Hero Wind.
Oh, right.
But only when you
maybe
decide.
Jen should wear that.
Decide to.
Jen.
I'd love it.
Okay.
Yeah, Jen should wear that.
Before we leave, I have something to say.
Cloak over to Jen.
He's gonna stand up.
Thank you. I would like not to draw attention to Frankie, I suppose.
Okay, he's gonna stand up next to Xavier. I've got something to say. I have reason to believe that we're all on the edge of apocalypse. And even though I feel in debt to all of you, Jen, I know that you are searching for someone, and we've promised to help you with that. Lindell, I know you wish to return home, and we want to help you with that. But I have reason to believe that we should, as a group, help Xavier reunite with his mother, and then move forward from there.
I don't know if you've seen the same signs I have, but Mother has been sending messages.
There are no good signs. I agree, Xavier.
She's been leaving cards with people and sending vague messages that something big is happening.
Yeah, if we don't destroy the basement, we're all going to die. Oh, sorry.
What's going on for the vineyard?
What?
Wait, what, Jen?
Was there any connection to what was going on in the vineyard with that horrible demonic statue?
Well, yeah, I mean, those are the cultists. But the gates we have in the basement, they can open to hell. And if the cultists can stick them open, then hell will come into earth and we're all going to die. I'm not really sure why the city gave us a hell mouth, but they did. And we got to destroy it.
Oh, but my God. You are Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
We are. Didn't realize that. Till we were in hell. I found this out in hell, by the way. In Otherware. And Jen, I know that you want to use the gates to access the Feywild, but if we open those doors again, literally this entire island could be sucked in. We just can't take that chance. But I don't know how to destroy it. Huh? Oh, could be. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a mathematician. I'm not good with stats. There's a high chance. I mean, that's if you want to listen to the Pharaohs about it. I don't really like them, but.
Well, should we talk with Xavier's mother first? She might have some ideas.
Yeah. And were you talking about 2 apocalypses, or is the apocalypse that you're talking about the portals underneath our home? Or is it also something else?
You know how we keep running into these cultists? Anybody else notice all the cultists? Everywhere we go,
I haven't run into any cultists.
Yeah, they were at the vineyard, you know, the statues and the
all of the weird letter that Jen found.
Yeah. Well, the cultists want to open the doors to hell and let all the monsters in to eat all the humans. And I mean, I would survive that. I'm okay in hell. But the rest of you, this is a big issue.
But none of us are human. That seems fine. I mean, if we get rid of one of the species, that would make it a lot easier.
I guess Xavier's okay, too. Softkeen, they have water in hell. I think we need to focus on closing the doors.
Probably.
David, is there
I feel
water
like she has pins and like thread and pictures, and she's putting them up on the wall, and there's lines going between everything.
I'm sure for some people this is a big deal.
Are we sure it's safe to leave the home right now? And unguarded, just with Lilith and Carlton guarding it.
Well, I mean,
I got it.
Are we sure it's safe?
Who's been listening? No, don't listen. I'm gonna push them out the door. Nobody needs to know we got a hellmouth underneath. I forgot to secure the place.
So, here, take this wand. I'll go show you how to use it. Okay. And they
get out of here.
Time for wand training. Have fun. Okay, but really, like what? So wait, if the whole world could die if we leave our home, why are we going to see Mother?
Because she's the one person who could give us the insight to stop what is happening. Right. And I believe that.
Why don't we just send her a message?
No. We gotta.
That's not how you interact with Mother.
Yeah, I think we actually have to go there.
I mean, really, as long as no one opens those gates from our side, they can just stay closed for a while, right?
Well, what if somebody opens from the other side?
Well, even if they open or they do not open, we don't possess the knowledge to close them again or to stop what is happening. We seek knowledge.
That's true.
Okay.
We'll just have to hope. I don't want to open the doors today, tomorrow.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe the day after that.
And as far as we know, only Charles and I know how to open them, at least from who we've encountered.
That's true, Jen. That's why I had to talk to you.
You two were the only ones in the room. Right.
Well, Lafayette knew.
Plus, I mean,
but he's dead now, so that's fine.
We came across those cultists in Sub 1. We'll be going through Sub 1. If we just, kill some of them, there'll be less of them to want to break through our hellmouth.
Yes, right? We need to kill all the cultists. Yeah. If anyone interacts with a cultist, we're not. Yeah. No, we just haven't had time to talk about it. So much has happened in 48 hours. But
a lot has happened in 48 hours.
But we can walk and talk as long as we can talk wherever Xavier's taking us.
One last thing before we go. I'm all packed and ready to go, Xavier. But I just wanted to offer to Jen and Safkeen, both of you, I promised to scry on your loved ones the next time we had the day and the spell slot. And today I do have the spell slot and I have a scrying prepared. So Jen, if you would like, I can try to scry on Othmol. And Safkeen, if you like, I can try to scry on your mother or your sister.
I know where. Thank you. And I think you should use your scrying slot for Othmol. Safkeen just said, I don't scry on my mother at all whatsoever. But
just your sister.
I think you should use your spell slot for Jen. I think she misses.
Depends. Do you want me to focus on what we're doing today? I think we have more pressing priorities, and I know where he is, and I can talk to him.
True.
Okay,
Jen-
I promised you that I would, so I just wanted to offer it before we go because you're important, so I want to make sure you knew you were a priority.
Jen,
Looking distressed and pleased all at once. Like shaken, don't want to think about it.
Lindell, exactly. That's what I wanted to say before we left.
Like, here it is.
What are you giving her? More food?
Should give her another scone.
Jen, I know you have no reason to go with us. You're new to Short Expectations. You're not in all this, but we were talking to Soft Keen last night about our motivations, and I just want you to know that we want to help you. We all want to help you. You're a member of Short Expectations now. And so I think, once we get Xavier back to his mom, then we'll all be prepared to help Othmal. And plus, I have to get off this island. I mean, after we just, destroy the health mouth.
If you remember, Edmund... Yeah, and Edmund had said it was 200, right? 200 platinum, 200 gold, 200 silver. And we have all that money now if we want to charter a ship to Panopticon without having to offer him a favor. So we can do that now.
I mean, for what it's worth, I will happily commandeer any ship to take you off.
Well, it's not going to serve any purpose if the world ends. So clearly we have a priority to start with.
That's the spirit, Jen.
Eternally optimistic.
Lindell, can you tell Seb to keep everybody out of the basement? Like, just slice them up if they're going to go in the basement? Like, just kill anybody that would enter the basement?
He takes things very literally, and Carlton is very squishy.
Very
Can we say bar anyone from going into the basement? Is that all right?
Yeah, but if a stranger tries to go in the basement, definitely get out the slicey arms.
Oh, he's already got standing orders to slicey up someone if they're not supposed to be here. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, wait here. Safkin will run into the kitchen and she'll come out and she'll have like more little packed lunches for everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, do we have bento to go?
Bento.
Yes, you guys all have a fine meal because it was made with her pot. So
okay, because we can put that in our equipment.
I'm gonna add a custom item, fine bento.
She'll yell at Carlton and Lilith and say that she's made like lunch and bits and bobs for them to snack on in the kitchen.
Isn't fine meal an item? It's not coming up. Oh, add items. Okay.
I'm adding a
might not be. I don't know. You can add a custom one.
Enjoyed a fine meal. That's the key one. Perfect.
All of you too, when you look up, there's a new person in the room. Standing in the corner by the doorway to the garden is Cece, leaning up in the corner.
Oh!
Have a pet lunch.
I have a question, David. My new passive perception is 22. Did I see?
She rolled a 32.
32.
Yeah, and I know Jen also has a pretty high passive perception. So, but yeah, not high enough.
Jesus, fuck! We all jump.
Oh, are you alright?
Cece, did you just hear our whole conversation?
What were you wanting to take? You wanting to take something?
Are you coming with us?
Oh, do you want to come with us?
She reaches in her pocket and pulls out used spoon and puts it back in.
Right, you get that back right now.
Yeah, we're gonna help. Attack.
Just attack.
The window. What about the window? It was on the window ledge.
Well, why don't you give it to me now? Oh, yeah, I'll take it.
Did you take that as like your summoning? Was you left a spoon on the window and that means she wanted you to come and visit?
That's right.
Well, that makes complete sense, of course.
Ah, Cece, we've missed you.
You left a glowing beam.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was a glowing bead, right? Oh,
Yeah,
the bead too.
will take the bean back.
Cece, you thief. Cece, do you know, do you want to go down and see Mother with us in sub 2? Good attitude. Is everybody packed up?
Yes.
Ready to rock.
Everybody's ready.
Hey, 1 second. He's gonna run back into the kitchen. Actually, make a bento box for Cece as well, and then run out and give her one as well.
Xavier, Cece looks over at you and
he's gonna point in the direction of the tunnel he's thinking of.
Okay.
And he is also going to reach into his pouch and pull out a small glowing vial. And he holds it up because he hasn't had a chance to ask her yet. Did you give this to me?
Ooh.
Right now?
Oh, you couldn't identify it?
He didn't know where it came from.
she holds up her notebook and it says, "It's from Mother, it's yours."
Oh.
Really?
Wait, Cece,
Mother
are you
as well?
Yeah, are you friends with Mother?
Cece knows everyone.
Man, I gotta look at this again.
How did you meet Mother? How do you know Mother?
It says she trained me.
What?
Wow. Your mother is some lady, huh?
See.
Here, take this.
So my
Shopping.
notes say that I retrieved the blue glowing potion at the same time before the battle with the cultists. Received at the same time the Golthius apple.
And who stole the Golthius apple?
She stole the Golthius apple and gave it back later.
She returned it and with something else, but she kind of fucked off for a little bit during that, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
When you guys were held up in the pantry that night, she skittered off and kind of left you guys for a little while and then came back later, and that's when you were returned the apple and then this strange vial. So you've been hanging on to it for 2.5 years?
Xavier's gonna down it.
Okay, go to sidebar.
Oh my god. We don't have time for this!
Xavier's gonna be tripping. Lindell wasn't party. So we're underground prison. Yeah, Xavier's on. Don't feel dumb. Okay. Okay.
Hey, there you are. Go ahead and click on your video again.
Oh, okay.
And once your video loads, hey, all right. So you down the potion, and immediately your eyes kind of glaze over in a bluish rush, almost like there's liquid that's filling your entire body. It burns as it goes down into you, and you feel it well back up, like almost like you're going to spew it back out, but then it shoots straight to your brain, and you leave consciousness, but you awaken almost like in a dream. But it's not a dream, it's a memory. It's actually a flood of memories that are returning to you. And there's a flash of different pictures that don't make sense. They're out of sequence. almost like you're trying to remember, but you can't put them in order. The first thing you see is a flash of a very tight and swirling whirlpool. The water is rushing and ships are being pulled into this whirlpool. But your ship is not. Your ship is traversing it with ease, almost like you're unaffected by the current whatsoever. You can control the way that you move across the water on this ship. And then another flash, and you see there are 13 people standing on the deck of the ship. They are wearing vastly different style of clothing. They're all dressed very finely, and they're all different races, different species of humanoids. There is a large Goliath male standing next to a dwarven woman. There is a kind of a fair-looking elf man. There is a halfling that is wearing very fine gold filigreed outfit. There is a trying to think of what else. There is a well, anyway, all of these people are gathered on the deck of this ship, looking outward to a horizon with a sun that is kind of setting on the horizon, looking outward. And you are controlling this ship. It flashes again, and you are on an island, a distant jungle island that doesn't look like anything you've ever encountered before. You are standing on the beach, and the waves are washing over it, and way off in the distance you see what looks like some kind of a flying creature at an island that is way off on the horizon, and it is kind of obscured by its own shadow. But there is a very large bird-like creature, and then you see another and another, and then you see a large head come up out of the water of some kind of a creature that is in the water that you've never seen before. You hear a voice behind you and turn, and then it changes again, and you're back in the kitchen. And you hear the rest of them kind of like talking as you're standing there, wondering how much time has passed and what they've heard. And we can jump back in.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
The armor, the weapons that have been properly oiled and sharpened. Haven't got.
I do pat down myself, and I walk over to Softkeen, and I pass her one of the health potions that I bought, because I bought one for you.
Oh,
so that was the is it mundane? No, a great. What was the level? Oh, greater. So yeah, I give you a greater.
Yeah, you got a greater.
Yeah, I'm giving you the greater Softkeen.
Okay, we're back.
Xavier's
so you guys
put his hand on the wall and just kind of like he needs to stabilize himself for a moment as he kind of wavers like he's about to fall over. And he says, that tasted like blue.
Huh?
And he's just gonna hug the wall for a moment.
You hiccup and a little back. Yeah, you hiccup and a little bubble comes out. In the reflection of the bubble, upside down, you can see Mother looking back at you, and the bubble bursts.
We need to go.
Yep, we're ready, Xavier. We talked it over when you were tripping.
Ready to go, Xavier?
Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm functioning.
Use Patty to. Is he okay?
Yeah. Lindell as well is helping with the pat down.
Is he leaking anywhere?
Roll an investigation check.
I'm helping you.
Oh, okay. I'm rolling again.
You have no idea what happened.
Help. No, I got
I'm helping.
And plus,
Cece's gonna come over and take the vial from Xavier. It's empty now. Yep. Okay. And she's going to take her finger and put it to the side of her temple. And she pulls, and from it, like an arcane stream of energy, pulls a very thin strand of blue out that hangs from her fingertip and waves like a little hair. And she puts it into the vial and like flicks it and wipes the edge off and puts the cork back in and gives it to Xavier.
What the heck, Cece?
He's gonna look at Cece and say, "Thank you so much for what I did not have here."
Cece, as a wizard,
it says skill I learned from mother.
Do I recognize the magic as a wizard? Do I recognize it?
Roll an Arcana check.
Okay, we got a 19 on checking the Xavier, by the way.
Oh, a 19 on the Xavier. I thought you got a 2 on the Xavier check.
No, because I was helping.
I went to help.
Oh, help.
She does the top half. I do the bottom half.
All right. No, he's not injured. Physically, he's fine.
Okay.
His pupils are like super. Does he have pupils? I don't know.
Yeah.
No, but looking at him, you can see. You never really noticed before, but yeah, he's wearing a mask on his face. It's not actually his face.
Yeah,
he's wearing a copper mask that has like glowing eyes.
Oh yeah. Okay, that.
19 on the Arcana check.
19. Okay. Yes, this is some kind of a memory spell. You've heard of people being able to pull memories out and store them. It's like spy stuff.
Okay, so I mean, it is spy stuff. So Cece is, the spy. So that's not surprising.
I can assume that she's given me even more memory.
You could assume that.
She's going to run around for a bit, and then she's going to pull out David. Do you remember ages ago when Safkeen met Bellamy?
Maybe.
And he was like, and Cece gave Safkeen that little stone with a hole in it.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
And she suggested that if Bellamy was drunk, like if you put that on his forehead, he'll stop being drunk.
That's right.
Yep.
She's going to Xavier pause with his mask and just kind of hand him the stone and be like, maybe put this on your forehead and it might make you feel better. I don't know.
How do I feel?
You feel like you suddenly have purpose beyond what you knew before, and that there's a lot you don't know that needs to come back. You've lost a lot.
Xavier, did you get your memories back? We found out in our notes of taking that you're missing like 977 years of memories. Did you all of a sudden get your memories back?
So Xavier, that rings home because these memories seem very old.
I believe Mother gave me a glimpse of some very old memories. There's a lot I don't know, but I absolutely have to find out. And now more than ever.
Suddenly, it just clicks in your brain. I'm 998 years old.
998?
Jeez.
That's very old. You were
30.
Wait. No, not 998. I've been alive for 998 years, but I'm much older.
Even older than 998 years old?
I'm going to say I'm older than 998 years old.
So what, you're 999?
I think maybe I've existed in a different form.
Why is that so funny?
Were you like an apple that got planted and then you grew from the apple into your tree form?
We all just look at Xavier.
Are you an apple?
Do I know, will the vial do the same thing to me again? Will it unlock more memories if I drink from it again?
That's her memory.
Oh.
So she took a memory out of her head and she put it into the vial.
He's gonna down it.
Okay. You down it.
Just immediately. Just
very, very similarly, there are flashes again. So you lose your consciousness, but this time your eyes go black. And the liquid burns your insides, but it's almost burning like fuel in your Gulthius roots, in the various like chloroform veins that go through your form are now filled with this energy that you can't describe, but it's definitely darker than anything you've felt before. But from the darkness emerge flashes, images of a face that you've seen before, a young woman with face paint. She has feather-adorned outfits. She dresses in dark. She is very pale. She visits Mother. She communes with Mother silently.
Commune?
3 times. No, 4 times. Maybe half a dozen times in your lifetime. Every 3 months. Always every 3 months. She comes. This is Cece.
With face paint? Feathers?
What?
You have a memory of her giving you a raven's feather before leaving.
Oh, shit.
This is your first memory.
Ever? Wow.
Not ever.
Oh.
Your first memory since you had lost your memory. Your first true memory that you had not lost. This young, silent woman giving you a raven's feather.
Does he know where the feather is?
Roll a history check.
Can someone try and smush the little bronze ring for Xavier's forehead to help him?
Just
15? You remember it just being a gift, a gesture, something that awoken something inside of you. Your memories began to not repair, but you regained the ability to store memories from this moment. The feather's under your pillow at home.
He's gonna reach out for Cece's hand and say, I couldn't remember things before you. You're my first memory.
She pulls out a second raven's feather and hands it to you.
Where are you getting these feathers from, Cece? What the heck?
He's gonna reach out and take the feather.
What are you?
Okay. Yeah, you take the feather. It's a raven's feather. It's just a very strange feeling of deja vu.
He's gonna kind of clutch it in his hand and just holding on tightly to it. Try to just.
She reaches down and kind of scruffs your leaves on top of your head a little bit.
Oh.
Does you recognize that it's a raven's feather specifically?
I mean, yeah, it looks like a blackbird, a raven. Without inspecting it closer, you wouldn't really be able to tell for sure. But yeah,
he's gonna tuck it into his cloak.
Okay.
Yep. And he is just looking like just almost nervous and like he doesn't know what to do with himself at this very moment. He's gonna start heading for the door. Like he's just
Cece goes with you
in the room. Like he.
Okay.
Oh, I guess that's go time.
On the move, on the move.
All right.
we're going.
So you guys head back out.
Lilith, don't forget, next couple days you're Beth. Carlton,
Okay.
it's not Lilith, it's Beth. Use how the magic. Take care.
I'll work on the toilet.
Enjoy the food.
Okay, so you guys head following Cece and Xavier up the Harbor Town docks towards Gold District. You make your way around the Lit Lantern Inn where you had stayed before. You make your way past the Flatland Brew House onto the bridge that goes across, and you make your way over to the other side of Gold District, where there is the kind of artisans arcade, the archdruid's home, and the temple of the Spriggan Tower, like this massive curved tree structure that reaches up towards the top of the cavern. There are ships going back and forth through the harbor, and you make your way over to a ledge looking down into the harbor before you get to the Tower of the Spriggan. And there beneath, you can see there is underneath a large sewer grate in the side of the harbor wall, looking down and over the edge.
Okay. Xavier's going to make his way over and start taking the grate off if he can.
Okay. Yeah. So you hop over the ledge and you drop down about 10 feet. There's a little platform there, and you can see once you get to it, it's very large bars in a big like tunnel kind of structure. And you remember you had corroded a couple of the bars there, and there's a place that you can slip through.
Is it dark in there?
Probably.
Hey, Xavier, yes, it's dark. But you have dark vision, so...
Xavier's going to go over to the bars that he's kind of eroded away and say, it's this way. There should be some roots a little further down. This is the roots.
Do we need to be cautious? Are we fine?
Cece jumps over the rail and kind of does a little swing move. She's inside.
Well, of course, Cece.
Jet follows.
Okay. Yeah. You jump over the edge and make your way inside. And Frankie kind of leans over, just looking down with his helmet.
Is he gonna fit?
You can do it, Frankie. Don't worry. You'll
Does he
squeeze.
fit?
You're very.
Are you going to command him to?
I'm going to command him to kind of bend the bars further out of the way if he needs to.
Yep, he swings down like an ape. And he slips through.
Come on, Frankie.
You cast light on her cup on her hip.
Yep.
And then follows down.
All right, you guys drop into the sewer tunnel. It doesn't smell as bad as the other side does. Maybe something with the tree growing here has done something to the water. Doesn't smell quite as bad, but there is a lot more moss, and it's very slick as you guys make your way into the dark kind of tube structure that goes forward. Eventually, you get to a T, and at the T, you can see a very large kind of root vine that goes up the tunnel one way and gets a little wider as it goes up, and kind of narrows down, splitting off into many kind of vine-like branches as it goes down this declining tunnel.
Xavier, is this?
It's a little slippery.
I've never been through this route before. This doesn't go through sub 1. Does this go directly to sub 2?
Xavier's going to point to it and say, "This is the route."
Jen laughs this time.
Yep, I got, and she like points. I got that much, but
it finally dawns on you that this whole time he wasn't saying ROUTE, he was saying ROOT.
So this is the route that leads directly to Mother, is what you're saying, Xavier?
Yeah, Brian's like cackling in the corner.
What was
There's
that, Xavier?
a few, directly and indirectly, there's a few short twists and turns in the journey, and a few things we may have to overcome. But if we are silent, we probably won't be eaten. Come on, let's go.
Does anyone need? Wait. What's? Can you?
You cast mage armor on herself.
Yeah, Lindell's gonna reach over to Jen and just automatically give her blessings of the trickster, as we're both like, "What the fuck?"
I never make noise when I'm walking places.
Cece grabs kind of a loose vine and starts pulling it up until she has some slack and wraps it around her waist and then kind of tugs at it and starts down.
So, Xavier, what was that about? Something would eat us? Can you clarify that? Just a wee bit of detail, please.
There are some creatures in the lower levels that find, I guess, spongier creatures tasty, but they shouldn't be a problem.
Spongier creatures.
There's blood sacks.
There's some puddle monsters that we must avoid, and the eater of the crystals, and there's some other things a little further down. I'll explain as we get further.
You would like to hold Toll the Dead, please.
I have cast
sure.
without trace. So you let me know when we're getting close, and I'll cast that so we're a lot sneakier. And Jen, you have advantage on stealth checks for the next hour.
Thank you.
Okay, if you guys would like to be stealthy, please roll stealth checks. As you begin to descend down. It's difficult terrain, so you just have to take a little bit more time than usual. It's a little slick in areas, but it's not something where you have to do a bunch of skill checks.
Is it darkness or dim light?
Yeah, complete darkness.
Instead of going down the rope, Lindell takes her cloak in either side like a little kid with a cape, and she kind of like plays with it a little bit, and she runs to the lip, and she just jumps off the lip, and she flaps her cape. And she's just hovering in the air.
Yep. You're just kind of hovering there, kind of like flying squirrel. You can dip down a little bit and hover, and dip down another 20 feet and hover. And you can see pretty decently in the light of Yu's cup. Once you get a little far away, do you have dark vision?
I do not.
Okay, so it gets a little dark, and you kind of have to slow up a little bit and wait for the other players to make their way down with you, so that you see the area. Safkeen, you've got your goggles on, so you're all right. Xavier's got night vision. I think, Jen, you might have some ability, too, that gives you...
I got dark vision, yep.
Dark vision. Okay, very good. So you and Thomas are the only ones that have to rely on the light.
Okay, and it is up,
Cece's got her own stuff going on.
So,
stealth checks.
They're in roll 20. We typed them except for there they are. And her.
I see. Yeah, they're
except
right
for Safkeen, because she's not on roll 20, right?
No,
Saf, what's your stealth?
Not low.
What's your stealth check?
15.
Yeah.
15, very good. So Frankie's the low roller, but you know he's a big guy.
Did Frankie roll with advantage?
Oh, I don't know.
Because he gets advantage on stealth checks now.
Where's Kit? We gotta wait for him to come back and roll.
Okay, even with a 12, you guys pass as a group.
Okay.
Frankie's just a little bit slower and more clumsy because he's a flesh being. So you guys definitely make your way down. It's a long haul. It's fun at first. It gets a little grueling over time. You guys have been at this for maybe a half hour now, and it just keeps going and going. You press on for another 15 minutes. The vines begin to get like smaller and more rope-like, so it actually becomes a little bit easier. The descent is not bad, and now that there's less things to trip on and more rope-like vines, you guys make your ways down pretty easily. Eventually, you get to a point where your feet hit the bottom. It kind of bottoms out into what looks like an old collapsed building, but the roof is being held up by some larger pillars. But it does seem man-made, and the rubble that you guys are standing in is a collection of rocks and debris, old vines, leaves, etc., and then broken pottery, and an old completely rotted out basket. and some other things that look like there's signs of life down here. And in front of you, as soon as you gets down far enough, illuminates kind of a facade of an old building. And there's a doorway and a window. And through it, you can see the tilted floors of more buildings that are all very closely packed together and look like they've almost been like built upon. Like this is an old city structure that's been long since abandoned.
Xavier?
Yeah, Xavier says the only thing we have to fear down here is people, which aren't the scariest things we're going to run into, but he's going to start looking around for furniture.
What are
you decorating the house, Xavier?
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check, Xavier.
Okay. I got a 17 total.
Okay, so the doorway that was in front of you in the wall that was kind of partially obscured by the unleveled ceiling of another collapsed structure, inside it, wedged in there, you see a small stool made of wood.
He's going to go over and take the stool, and he's going to take some of his, kind of create some of his vines and just kind of lash it to his back.
You grip the bottom of the stool and yank on it, but it looks like it's wedged in there under something.
See what's
Frankie hits the bottom behind the rest of you.
He's gonna ask Frankie to yank the stool out.
Frankie comes over and puts his arm on it and rips it out, hands it to you.
Can I keep looking out so nobody's hearing this? Just like keeping an eye out.
Yeah, me too. I'm watching for like any humans or
checks.
steps or anything like that.
Yep. Perception checks for both of you.
And I'm going to command Frankie to use the cloak if he's can to be more stealthy than he has been.
Yeah, it's been exactly an hour.
Okay. Cool.
Ooh.
Okay. You guys don't notice anything right off. It looks like the coast is clear. But there's a very clear path forward. It looks like you kind of have to go from room to room of these buildings with old doorways and windows that are connected. Cece starts treating it as a jungle gym and kind of hopping between the buildings and doorways through a high window and landing on the other side, doing a somersault.
Oh yeah, this is Lindell's like home terrain, using her boots of spider climbing and like jumping around old buildings. This is her happy place.
Yeah, Cece picks up a small rock and tosses it at Safkeen. It goes through a window and hits the ceiling, bounces down, and hits her right in the middle of the chest.
To smack it away.
Oh, nice.
She waves for you to try what she just tried.
Like, Safkeen will roll her eyes and then just try and jump and boink around like.
Okay.
DC's
yeah, roll an acrobatics check.
You've seen the most able.
Uh, 16.
16, very good. Yeah, you managed to get through it just fine, doing almost the same thing. A little bit harder landing, but you weren't really expecting it. Looks like she's been through this before, maybe. She goes ahead and continues, effortlessly just jumping from rooftop to rooftop, building to building, squeezing in little places, and soon it becomes like a dueling acrobats kind of routine, and they start to get a little bit ahead of you guys.
Can Xavier keep up with him? I've got a 18 dex.
Sure. Go ahead and roll an acrobatics check for me. In fact, the rest of you, if you'd like to go at a slow, medium, or quick pace, go ahead and decide as a group now.
Ooh.
We're just Yu's just trying to keep eyes on Xavier, as long as she can see where Xavier is.
Okay, Xavier has opted to go the same speed that CC has led off with. If the rest of you guys would like to follow or not, at a quick pace.
Quick. Oh, geez.
Quick pace. Xavier, quick
Yeah,
pace.
if we go quick, there's a risk of tripping and falling.
I would say Yu's gonna.
Which means we can't really be sneaky. That's the catch. We can go fast and fun or slow and sneaky.
Xavier seems like he tries to start off being careful and sneaky, and as he starts moving again, he starts moving quicker and quicker and jumping things and moving faster, and then he'll try to slow himself down again, and then it's like he can't do it and starts moving quickly again.
Okay, Lindell, roll a survival check for me real quick.
Oh, okay. Survival. 16.
You realize there's some method to this madness. Cece's going quick on purpose. It seems like the longer you stay in these rooms, the more unstable they become. Rocks fall, debris gets in the way. If you go quick at a quick pace, you're not going to get trapped.
I see. Does any... Do I have concerns that anyone won't be able to make it quick? Xavier's doing okay. Do
Frankie.
I think Jen and you will be
Looming
okay?
behind you.
Frankie.
Oh, Frankie.
Fuck.
I'm going to get some coffee real quick. You guys strategize a little, and I'll be right back.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. If we go slow, we can be sneaky, but I don't think the buildings are going to tolerate Frankie moving slowly through the buildings. Is there any way we can like levitate him or something?
I don't have.
He's got a speed of 30. Like he's not slow. He's just big and heavy.
I can cast Featherfall on him if he falls to the floor, but then we have to go down and get him wherever he lands.
I mean, it's a big spell. It's a level spell, but I could polymorph him into something more portable.
Can he go in a bag of holding? Can you stick him in the bag? He doesn't need to breathe, does
Can
he?
you become Frank Turtle?
Frank
I don't
Turtle.
think he does.
I could turn him into Frank Turtle, and I could just carry him in my bag.
That's a high-level spell to be burning.
Right.
Could your snake staff carry you and I?
Huh?
Pardon?
Could your snake carry you and I?
Well, Trevor's pretty strong, but he's not very quick of feet because he doesn't really have them.
Okay, Xavier, what are you going to command Frankie to do?
Frankie, he's going to command Frankie to follow him at a regular pace. I mean, not super fast.
He bursts through the first wall. It explodes into debris. He keeps going. There's rocks now starting to fall from the ceiling a little bit.
Frankie should be the last one through any door.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a way to fly around all this?
It's a really claustrophobic space. It's almost like a fun tunnel that you have to go through, like an obstacle course.
Here's what we're gonna do. Lindell and you and Jen are the ones we're concerned about. So Lindell is gonna cast Enhance Abilities Cat's Grace.
Oh, okay.
It's still a big spell, but it'll make sure we get through it all right in one piece. At 4th level. So everyone gets advantage on dexterity checks for the next hour while she's concentrating on it.
Okay. Did you include Frankie, or was it just the other three?
Nope, we're just gonna go first and hope for the best.
Sounds good. Right, Cece and Safkeen are way ahead at this point. Xavier is kind of midway through, and you're losing sight of him through the buildings. So at this point, I imagine you, Jen, and Lindell will follow after.
Wrapping my cloak around me and jumping.
Come on, Jen.
Okay.
Your feet are much more springy. Your feet are springy. Let's go. Super. We can do it.
Acrobatics checks for everybody.
And Jen and you're at advantage because you've got Cat's Grace.
Okay. Oh,
Nice
even
rolls.
with advantage, that's not good.
Oh, no.
Okay, so Lindell got a 15. Jen?
Yep.
My first roll was a 4, but my second was a 9. So 9 plus 3 is 21. No, 19.
21.
Sorry, 19.
19, okay. And
Still,
you.
that's awesome.
My first roll was a 2, and my second roll was an 11, but I only have a +2, so 13.
13, not bad though. So you're the slowest one, and as Frankie begins to behind you and burst through the wall like the Kool-Aid man, you manage to make it through before any of the debris gets you. Xavier, would you like Frankie to try to squeeze through places, find the biggest areas, that kind of thing? Or are we just like smash through it all?
Maybe I'm not sure the integrity of these buildings are going to hold if Frankie keeps smashing through everything. I think that some things might start to come down. I really think you should maybe reconsider your command.
He's going to command Frankie to slow down a little. He's going to hang back with him and kind of point out the larger areas that Frankie could squeeze through.
Okay, so he'll kind of follow your lead as you now, instead of doing an acrobatics routine, are taking the widest paths through. The ones you think that Frankie can do as well.
But I think
so go ahead and roll your acrobatics check with advantage.
Me or Frankie's?
This is going to be for both of you since you're working as a team.
Okay. With advantage?
He's going off your brain, so.
Okay. So I rolled a 19, 20, 23.
23. You guys are great. You're slow, but you're careful. And you're now determining the widest areas for him to move through. He's still considered medium, but he's just a big, beefy dude in heavy armor. Okay, so you guys make it through just fine. Eventually, you begin to see that the buildings are becoming sparse, fewer and farther between. There's spaces between them, almost like streets or alleyways. There's still like collapsed buildings over the top of you, so it's not really like you're in a cavern. You're just in this this old city that's been long since forgotten. You start to hear rushing water. You step over some puddles here and there. Some of the surfaces are a little bit moist, less dusty, and eventually you get to a point where you're all in a large kind of structure that the windows and doors have long since been gone. The ceiling's kind of fallen in with straw on the ground, but you can see through the doorway and the window that's kind of cocked to the side a little bit. There is a giant expansive space. It's kind of hard to see how big it is because of the light issue, but any of you who have dark vision would see almost like there's been a fissure through the center of a city and the two halves of it are sloped down in a V. And there's water rushing down to the center where it just goes down into this fissure in the earth that slowly begins to widen and open up in the distance.
Xavier's
go ahead.
Xavier's going to stop everybody and say, be careful. The puddle monsters down here can sometimes attack people, but I'm not a person, so they've never attacked me. And then he's going to continue.
Does you know what a puddle monster is?
Roll a nature check for me.
I will say I've got nature. God, my rolls have been awful. +4 to my nature. That's still only an 11.
11. Yeah, you hear the term puddle monster and you're like, what?
Hey, Xavier. I'm gonna whisper. Xavier,
okay.
What's a puddle monster?
It's these monsters that live in the puddles down here.
So they're like water creatures?
They're always covered in mud and unk. I've never seen one really up close.
What do they do to you?
I've seen them drag creatures down before.
Okay, you's now gonna hold firebolt. Okay.
But it should be fine.
Okay, yeah, sure. I have a pulse though, and it's not a very strong one, but I do have one. So.
Okay, so for the purposes of the mechanics of the game, this is the point where you guys will be moving into a new space. That means new skill checks. You've made it through the abandoned city. You're now at a new location.
How much time has passed?
It's
getting
been
through
maybe
the abandoned city. How long did that?
The time to get from the mansion to here, it's been maybe about 2.5 hours.
No, sorry. Just through the abandoned city. So how much time has passed since Lindell first cast enhance abilities?
Hour, maybe?
Oh, it has been a full hour.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I gotta think about that too. What about my...
What's that, Jen?
I said there goes our kitty skills. We can tempt fate. Let's do it.
Yeah, so kitty skills would be almost about to run out, yeah.
Yeah, kitty skills. If kitty skills are almost run out, then I was hoping we could save those, but Lindell will
almost isn't run out. I'm rolling now.
Oh, okay. How much Lindell checks the orb of time. How much time do we have left on kitty skills?
I would say 12 seconds.
Oh shoot.
So do it now. Do it now or don't do it.
1.
I did it. I rolled. I rolled with advantage. I'm doing it.
Okay, so stealth checks. If you want to do stealth checks now.
Lindell's going to see you going to jump off the edge, and she's just going to instead cast Pass Without a Trace.
Yeah.
Okay, Pass Without a Trace. So everybody go ahead and roll stealth checks, and you get a +10. How many people?
Open puddles around.
And she'll give, let's see, Jen or you?
Okay,
She'll give Jen again.
Creature.
Jen, you have Blessings of the Trickster again. So you have advantage on your roll.
You said a +10?
Yeah, everyone gets +10. So Xavier so Frankie rolls with advantage and then adds +10 to his roll.
Oh my god. Cece, holy shit. She rolled a natural 20. I'm gonna see what it actually equals.
She's invisible.
I gotta see. Yeah, you guys would all lose sight of her.
Yeah! 35.
Nice.
What'd you get, Soft Game?
With a +10, because I got 17 with a +10.
Woo! Yeah,
So
nice.
27?
Okay.
No. 7 without the +10.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so 17. So she got a 17. The rest of you all pretty high. Cece got a
Jen
43.
too.
Yeah.
All right. So I am going to move you guys to the area known as Xavier. Would you like to tell them what it's called?
So this is the wedge, right?
Yes. And the only one with light is you, so I'll go ahead and give you light real quick. Emits light. Bright distance, I think 3060, or is it 2040?
It's 2040.
2040.
Ryan, your noodle
Okay.
so tasty. I am so jealous. Noodle.
And then I
What's
gotta
that?
give you guys all token
Your
vision.
noodles look so tasty. I am so jealous.
They're really yummy.
What's in
Holy shit, this is a huge map.
Ooh.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, it's a very big map. Let's
I don't
see.
Soft King, you can't see it, but
I'm
we're on the.
doing all of your,
Well, no, I mean, because she doesn't have roll 20 up. I'm just telling her. He just put us on a map, and we're in like a entrance room, like a foyer. No, it's like a dungeon room.
Mm-hmm.
It's an abandoned house kind of space,
Okay.
and it's tilted slightly on its side.
And then there's stairs leading up
This is
from
so
where we
cool.
are.
Should I see any of it with dark vision? Because oh, there we go. Got it. Yaha!
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to update you all.
It's there now. I see it. I see the 60-foot radius.
Oh,
Yeah,
crap.
all of you guys should now be able to see.
Okay.
I never
Oh,
made
no.
an isometric of CC.
Oh, a CC isometric. You're right. We didn't. But She still looks cool even with her top view on the tower. It's like she's scaling the wall.
Yeah, she's doing like this weird, like. She's crashing real low. All right, so yeah, you guys find yourself in this area. Just collapsed buildings, old rotted out trees, pillars and columns of a long since abandoned city. In front of you, you can see that there is kind of a chasm in the center that opens up. There is trickling water everywhere. You can hear rushing waterfalls. And the whole landscape is like tilted down. So this is going to be difficult terrain for all of you.
Oh, shit.
Maybe Lindell, Xavier. No, I don't think so.
Make sure her shoes of spider climbing are like suctioning to the floor.
Shoes will help for sure, but it is very moist and damp, and there's little like streams rushing through. So, I think for Lindell and Xavier, probably not difficult.
Sorry, guys.
The rest of you, it'll be difficult terrain, so your movement speed is halved.
Ooh. Xavier will slow down for the party and Frankie to kind of lead him through and show him the best ways.
So through the window and doorway that are kind of tilted to the side, you guys make your way onto this platform with stairs leading up. There's kind of an arched column there. Stairwells leading down and up to right in front of you and to the right. There's kind of a little clearing with some dead trees and these large column structures to the left. Looks like there's an old, rotted, decayed body lying on the ground uphill a little bit to the left.
Dead on the left.
Everyone, make sure you stay close to me. My pass without trace effect, it only clings to the shadows if you're within 30 feet of me, so try not to run too far away, alright? Stay close together.
And let me know if any of you cannot see, just like cannot for any reasons.
Can you come up and bring your light up here so we can all see
I'll
it?
come up. Yes, there we go.
Does this... Xavier's pretty focused on getting home, but if he sees anything that looks unusual alchemically, he may stop to gather. The one thing that would stop him would be like, oh, there's a weird fungus over here.
I was just about to ask.
Weird pet animal.
Xavier, is this looking familiar?
Yeah, Xavier, this is like back of your hand. You know this area very well. You know that there's a few different areas to collect some ingredients that Mother uses occasionally. So you could stop there on your way and collect samples if you'd like to stop and take a minute.
Mother has collected ingredients here with me before. I remember this from being very young, which seems like a strange and relative term now.
Are there always dead bodies here? Can you walk over to that dead body?
Maybe it's not dead.
Does Xavier remember the dead body there?
Yeah, that corpse has been there for years.
Yes, the corpse actually has a few fungi growing out of it that are excellent source of alchemical supplies.
You want to go over and collect a sample?
Yeah.
It's a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Inside the breastplate on the... Go ahead.
I was going to say, Lindell is like hawk watching for any sort of weird twitches or movements or like any like monsters or like...
You walks over and picks up the head. She just wants to...
Roll a perception check, Lindell. You go over and you lift up the skull. 21. Okay. You don't see anything moving in the nearby vicinity, but you do catch something out of the corner of your eye to the right up those stairs, and you look really quickly, but there's nothing there.
Something up in like that direction, give or take?
Yeah, like around that pillar. But you look back. You lift up the skull, and it almost like peels up this very heavy like moss lichen kind of stuff. There's a little bit of a green powder that kind of dissipates when you lift it up. It's like spores of some kind.
Not a bag.
Okay, shake it over the.
Yeah, you grab the skull, and Xavier, you manage to collect a sample of God. Okay, all right, hang on. Alchemy.
Something's gonna glance at you and be like, "Don't put that on your centaur, please."
I was just about to say we could put this on our centaur. Oh.
I feel like Wedgie might not be the best for centaur.
Is it a human skull? Can I tell? Is it elven, human?
Oh yeah, it's definitely humanoid.
Humanoid.
Yeah, something that wore armor long time ago was down here, and
could
died
I
and is rotted here.
use my key points to do an echolocation?
Yes, you may. So you use 2 key points, and you begin to harness your chi, meditating there as they loot this dead body, and the waves start to emit from you, the echoes bouncing back off of the objects in the nearby vicinity, giving you a good surrounding of the place. What's the range on that?
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay, so everything in your night vision distance now you can detect. And in the 60 feet around you, you do not currently detect any movement other than your party. And actually, you get another movement, you look, and there's Cece. You didn't see her before, but you can sense her now. Every time she moves, you get another ping every 6 seconds that they've moved.
Can we hear South Kane's echolocation? Does that make a sound, Jenny?
No, it's sub.
Oh,
whatever.
Subsonic.
Yes, subsonic.
Subaudible.
Subaudible.
Submarine.
Subscribe now.
Subterranean. I don't know. Yes, but it's below the range of audible sound. You get a sample of Shroomer cap.
Shroomer cap. Oh, perfect.
All right. Xavier, you also notice there is a shiny bit of liquid underneath one of the shin guards. And it flips in your brain. Huh. The puddle monsters look like this.
He's going to reach down and start capping a sample of it in a vial.
You now have 1 sample of Stalker essence.
Stalker
essence.
He's going to hold it up and say the puddle monsters look a bit like this.
It just looks like water.
Are they? You mean they look wet?
They leave this behind a lot of times, so there's probably one nearby. We should stop talking.
Oh, so Xavier, you tilt the bottle back and forth. You can see it sloshing back and forth very slowly, almost like it's more viscous than water, but has the appearance of water.
Gotcha.
Nice. Okay.
All right, so you guys going to continue?
Yeah.
Lindell's got her Toll the Dead ready, and as Xavier says that, she just does another scan, watching for...
Okay. Yeah, using the same rules, you guys don't notice anything. You're all very careful, very stealthy. Would you like to go up the stairwell, up this direction towards the pillar, or down towards this kind of fire pit looking thing?
Which way do I know?
I saw something moving up there.
Xavier, down.
Down?
Down is the quickest route.
Might have been some of the puddle monsters, but we should head down.
Oh yeah, let's not go
but
that way.
You do
then.
know
let's
if you
go
go up the stairs, if you do go up the stairs, there is a place that you can get glowfish scale.
Glowfish scale. Crap. Is Xavier in more of a hurry than
Xavier,
to collect
Xavier, look at me, Xavier, look at me. Look at me. And she like reaches up and gives him like what is the safest way to get to Mother?
Hang on a second. 1 to 3.
Go ahead. Make your decision roll.
I'm sure it's perfectly safe. We should go get some of the glowfish scales just for Mother might even want some. It would be good to bring her a present. as he rationalizes his way to getting some more alchemical.
Oh, shit. Should we have brought presents? Yu's just like checking herself.
You're remembering your Aubergian cultural obligation.
Oh, God.
Because Auberg is a gifting.
We are a gifting culture. Shit. I should have brought something from Otherweir.
Yeah, Xavier's gonna head up the stairs.
Okay. Yep. You head up the stairs.
Wait. Xavier, we should all go together and we should all be very, very quiet. Because I'm pretty sure there's a water thingy up there. So just be careful.
Okay, marching order. Xavier in front.
Xavier.
Frankie right behind.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's behind? Lindell next, or?
Yeah, Lindell's hiding behind Frankie, and she's got Toll the Dead ready to go.
Okay, then Genevieve, you. Cece's kind of doing her own thing. You guys lose sight of her.
I'm gonna stick with
Safkeen. Safkeen, you can sense that she's kind of going up these rocky, like inclines through the trees. And then Safkeen in the rear.
In the rear, I'll be right in front of
We're just gonna cover our butts.
Yeah.
Okay. Safkeen, you get a ping. Something just moved behind this column, and now your echolocation is just pinging off the column, so you can't sense what's behind it, but something is back there.
Can I try and stealthily kind of just move a little bit closer to see if I can just like?
Yeah. Would you like to move up in the marching order?
Yeah. I can't like move to the side.
Yeah, you can move to the side. So maybe up by Genevieve, you move up a little bit in the marching order. It's still obscured by that column. So Xavier, you're gonna go to the left or to the right around the column?
He's going to wherever he knows the scales are.
Okay. Either way, it really doesn't matter.
Okay, he's going around.
You just have to go up. Okay. Yeah, you go around the column. As soon as you come around the corner, you do notice that in that weird kind of little broken amphitheater section behind the large boulders, there is on one of the stairs a shimmering puddle.
He's going to point at it and go, "Puddle monster."
I see a puddle monster.
Hey,
Rona.
Hey. So, everybody, I'm going to ping where Xavier and now Safkeen getting up there. You would sense it as well. There is something in this little amphitheater area.
Is that where I need to go for the scales, the fish?
Yes, but you can kind of traverse up the rocks, kind of this direction up here, and there's a little break in the wall up this direction.
Where I see that pinging, does it look like a blob of water or liquid?
Just looks like puddle. There's like a little pond at the bottom of the amphitheater and a waterfall that rushes over into the chasm below. To the right is just a sheer drop. This fissure in the earth is just a gorge, and water is rushing down.
Is like that little bit of water pinging. Like, do I think that there's something in there?
Oh yeah, you sense there's something there. You don't know what it is, but there is something there.
Can I try and use my shape the flowing river to like freeze the...
Yeah. So you want to get what's the range on that?
I don't know.
That's smart.
Like how to work.
Get a waterbender to fight the water monster. There you go.
You also ping that CC has moved up to where Xavier's headed.
Oh no, it's 120 feet within 120 feet of me.
Okay, yeah, you point at the puddle and you freeze it. And it freezes.
Nice!
Does it still look like that thing's still going ping, ping, ping? Or does it kind of...
Yeah, it's still pinging there, but now it's bouncing off of a harder surface. It's not liquid anymore, it's frozen. It's ice.
So can I head to where I need to retrieve the sample?
Yeah, you need to go up. So you can go through the amphitheater, up the kind of root wall, or you can go up the boulders to the crack in the house.
We'll go this way.
Okay. Yeah, you go up and over, around it, over the edge of the boulders. You can see down there the puddle's still frozen. You look both ways, and you head through. There's a little doorway here. What's left of a crumbled ruin of a house, this doorway.
Okay. Adele's going to very sneakily tiptoe behind.
Okay, everybody kind of follows. Safkeen, you keep an eye on that frozen puddle. It's still frozen. And you guys all head up to this doorway here. Cece hops through the fissure in the wall on the other side, and she's now on the other side of the doorway waving at you guys.
Good job, Safkeen. I hadn't ever thought of dealing with the puddle monsters that way. Freezing them is a great idea.
Oh. You're welcome.
Safkeen, you ping again off of another body. It is lying on the ground, also in a suit of armor, across this kind of little stream and waterfall that's to the right of you, over this direction to your right. So you could cross the stream, and there's a body over there.
Ooh.
Okay.
You starts walking towards the body.
It's a body.
She's just take like the skull she already has. She's just been like wiping it off, just wander behind you guys at the end, like just.
Okay, so you're on the opposite side of the stream, just kind of standing there. The water is rushing very quickly, and you're not sure if you can get across it without it kind of sweeping your legs out from under you.
I can't jump it? How wide is it?
It's maybe about 15 feet wide.
Oh, that's much wider than I thought.
There's some stones you might be able to. It might be able to get down to like 10 feet if you step on certain stones.
Can Safkeen use predicament and with her shape the flowing river still up, it's like boing over the water, you can get to that body.
Yeah. So you're gonna use your shape the flowing river to like what, part it or?
Yeah, part it or like make it like put it on her feet and then just like.
Oh yeah, okay. So you go to shape the flowing river and part the water to make a little stepping place for you. But when you part the water, there's still water there, and the water starts to leak towards you's feet.
No.
It starts to travel up her.
No, it's bad. It's bad. Back. I'm holding fireball. I'm holding fireball.
Yeah,
I'm holding it.
Well, okay, so this is kind of like a surprise round. You look down. Your legs are covered in kind of a weird shell of water when you look down.
I'll fire.
You're gonna fire it?
Yes.
Okay, you fire Toll the Dead.
David. That's not what I meant, by the way.
Oh, it's not.
Meant
Okay.
to you. I meant Safkeen put it on her own feet, and then just like she's not doing anything. You's staying in that bag. You's not moving. You can help it.
Well, okay. Well, she's at the edge of the water.
I was at the edge of the water. Yeah.
Right, it leaked toward her because you were trying to shape the flowing river, but when you shaped it, there's a puddle monster there, basically.
She's not trying to move the water. She's just trying to walk, essentially.
Oh, walk on water? You can walk on water anyway. You're a monk.
Oh, I can?
Pretty sure. I think it's one of your abilities that you can walk on.
As long as you do it in one move, you can just Naruto run across the water.
Yep.
Fine. So he's just going to run across the water then.
Okay, well, for flavor, we'll say that didn't happen, but the water leaks towards you and starts to encompass her. Release Toll the Dead.
Wisdom save DC 16.
Okay.
Yeah. I had swapped from Toll the Dead to Firebolt, so yeah. Let her do Toll the Dead, and then I'm going to shoot fire at the river.
What are its saves?
Thing.
Okay. It doesn't have a saving throw. Interesting.
So just a straight wisdom check. Then.
Yep, straight wisdom check. It rolled an 8.
It fails, so it takes 10 points of necrotic damage and 6 points of radiant damage.
Okay, go ahead and roll the damage.
He just said it, I think.
10 points of necrotic and 6 points of
I'm sorry.
radiant.
I thought you said 1d10, 1d6. Okay.
Oh, sorry. No,
So
no.
16 points. 16
16
points of
points of
damage.
damage.
Very good. Let's see here.
Lindell snaps her fingers and it echoes over and vibrates into the water.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, it goes off. It definitely affects the water. It does some damage, but now the water is completely sealed around you. You're currently...
Why didn't I get to let go my firebolt? I was holding it the whole time.
I thought you were holding Toll the Dead.
No, Lindell was holding Toll the Dead.
Lindell's holding Toll the
I'm
Dead.
so confused. Okay.
That's okay.
So your Toll the Dead goes off, and your firebolt?
Yeah, I just shoot down at at the water at me.
Firebolt the puddle beneath you. That's fine. Go ahead.
If you get a nat 1, you hit your own feet.
No, I rolled a 19 to hit. So
19 to hit. Roll damage.
3d10. 6 plus 8 plus 6. 12 plus 8 is 20? 20 points of fire damage.
Yeah, the water just falls off of your legs into, just puddle in the ground that slowly dissipates and then congeals back into a small silvery puddle.
Jump back, jump back, jump back. I want to move away. Can I move away? Are we in combat?
So, Xavier, similar to the little puddle you found under the shin guard, there's now another little silvery puddle beneath you.
Are we in combat or can I move away without...
You can move away. You're not in combat.
He's gonna say you've destroyed it. It won't bother you anymore, and he's gonna move over and collect a sample.
Of course.
You now have another sample of Stalker Essence.
And because I recognize Toll the Dead, I'm gonna turn around and be like, "Thank you, Lindell," because I would know what that.
You're
spell
welcome.
Okay, so through. Yeah, go ahead.
Get to this dead.
Oh yeah, you just tiptoe across the water.
She's just gonna like yoink its head up.
Okay, yeah, you pull its head up. Yeah.
Hold up my hand. Are you gonna toss it to me?
Team
Toss it
he's not
across
gonna
the
toss it. It breaks. So she'll boing 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 back over. And...
Okay, yep. You step across the water again, and you've got another skull. It's another humanoid skull.
Humanoid.
Yep.
Okay.
Long dead.
Thank you, Safkin.
In fact, strangely enough, it's like it's bleached. Like
So it's,
something
like,
is
old.
fed off of it.
Well, of course,
Yeah.
scavengers. They do a lot of the work for me.
Hey, you're good with all that dead stuff. Do you ever talk to them?
Well, I mean, there's nothing there. This is just, the mortal coil.
Well, the Spriggan was talking to me this morning when we were preparing spells, and the Spriggan said that there's a spell called Speak.
I think
Wait,
we
you cut
lost.
out.
With dead, I think.
Uh-oh. Oh, we lost Lindell.
Okay, so Xavier.
Okay, she's back. She's back.
Okay.
The Spriggan was telling me about a spell called Speak with Dead, and all apparently you need is the skull to do that. Do you ever just talk to them?
Oh yeah, I speak with the dead. Haven't you seen me do that?
You would remember. Oh yeah, that was just Safkeen and Cece that watched me talk to a demon in a skull on a ship.
Oh, that's right. Nobody else has seen me do that.
Yeah, I just because you animate the dead. I was just wondering if you talk to them to do you want to be reanimated? Tell me about any of your unfinished business.
No, I just like to use their bodies. I don't really.
Xavier, through the doorway to the right at the top of this stream that emerges from the cavern wall, that's where you collect glowfish scales.
Okay.
They usually get dashed across the rocks.
Right.
And don't survive. Yep. Roll an investigation check for me.
Investigation.
I mean, we can talk to these guys, but they died. They weren't successful. You want to talk to a bunch of losers, Lindell?
Well, no, I was just. Well, maybe they've got some kind of warning, like, by the way, the puddle monsters aren't the worst danger. The worst danger is that thing over there, or whatever,
Yeah, that's true. But their warning could be from 40 years ago.
The puddle monsters are the worst thing around here.
Or what if they're like, oh my gosh, my buried treasure, no one's gonna find it because I didn't make a map. I just buried it behind that pillar, and there's tons of money just waiting to be collected.
I'm gonna take the skull with its jaw and be like, I think I know what Lindell's motivations are. Don't need a spell for that, do we, Lindell?
Lindell's just going to be quiet for a little bit. And ready another Toll the Dead in case, just like ready and waiting with another Toll the Dead just in case.
How many, Xavier?
14.
14. You get 2 samples of glowfish scales. These interesting, like iridescent, small scale fragments that you collect up into almost like a glittery powder.
Okay. All right, he's gonna move away and say, "Can we can continue on the journey?"
All
so
right.
we had to go down, you say?
Yeah. So across the stream where that dead body was, Safkeen, there is kind of a collection of rubble and rocks, and there's an upper, like kind of a colonnade in an L shape. But it kind of just dead ends, and it's not really part of any major structure. But you do see there's a tower that kind of leans up from the other side of the wedge and just barely touches this ledge across the stream from you. Through the doorway, Xavier, there's a 3-story like tower structure that still has stained glass windows on it that are mostly busted out, but there's little shards of colored glass on these arched window frames leading up. It's just a tower in the cavern wall, and the cavern goes up maybe another 60 feet from there. But otherwise, there's not really much up here other than this kind of leftover bit of an upper area that's slowly sliding into the rift.
Can I pick up some shards of colored glass?
Yeah. So do you want to go up to the upper stories and look, or are you looking for it down here on the lower level?
If there's anything down here that I see.
Okay. Investigation check, and then the rest of you, what would you like to do? You can head back, or you can go for the kind of tower that's teetered over the chasm.
I want to try to leap across the water towards that tower. That seems
okay.
Good.
Yep. So Genevieve, you make your way across. Roll a. It's rushing really fast, and it's about 10 feet wide. You feel like you might be able to jump it if you try. But it's close. You could walk across it, but man, it's rushing fast.
Walking seems bad. I'm gonna leap. Gazelle legs, go.
Okay. Roll an athletics check for. Actually, freestanding jump with your movement speed. How does that work? You can take a running jump if you take the first 10 feet, and you can go a little bit further. I think it's based on your strength score.
If you get a 10-foot running jump, you can jump a distance equal to your strength score.
It's 10 feet plus your strength score. But you have to move 10 feet first.
Okay. So running jump.
Yes. So what's your strength score?
11.
11.
More than 10.
Go ahead and roll an athletics check for me, just for shits and giggles.
It's more than 10.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that great news? Athletics. Ooh, 17.
No problem. Yep. You jump to the other side, and you're like on a stone, and you step forward, and you're on dry land. Yep. So in front of you, you can see there's like a boulders and stones that kind of go up onto this platform, and the tower is just leaning against it on the other side.
I just want to call back and be like, we could. Looks like we can get over this way. Come on over, and then start looking for a way up to the upper platform.
Yeah, you can climb up there if you take a minute or two.
Xavier's going to take out his rope of climbing, and he's going to command the rope to affix itself. Are there any, like, just stones or any bits he can kind of command it to tie itself around?
Oh, yeah, all over.
You know, to just kind of pull himself across the river.
Yeah. You can pretty much attach it wherever. Up on the opposite side of the stream, there's this upper area right here. You could try and hit one of those columns.
Okay.
Or you could attach it over here and swing across.
Yeah, he's going to try to attach it just to where either he or the rest of the party could, like, swing across and then toss it back to the next person.
They don't even have to. If they grip it, you can just command it to move.
Okay. We'll do that. I'll send Frankie first just because he's bound to be the most problematic.
Sure. Yeah. Rope wraps around him. He grabs it. You kind of drag him through the water, but he gets there.
And then I'm going to
unwrap it and throw it across.
Toss the rope, back.
Okay. Yeah. Cece's already across and up on the ledge. She just kind of jumped and scampered her way up. The rest of you use the rope to go across.
Zendel's going to take her staff off her back, stab it on the ground, and be like, "I choose you, Trevor. Form of bridge."
Trevor
cause it to bamf out and just make a bridge so that she can just walk across the Trevor bridge to the other side, and then she'll hold out her hand and say, "Trevor, return."
Yep, no problem. You guys are all across. Unless any of you want to stay behind for any reason.
No.
All right, Xavier, how'd you do on your colored glass?
That was a 13, unfortunately.
We'll say that you managed to get a couple of pieces of colored glass, some green and some red.
Okay.
Little bitty shards. You toss them in a pouch. Okay, the rest of you, using Trevor and the rope, can easily get up onto the ledge. What's the marching order for trying to traverse the tower?
Oh. Thanks, Trevor.
I guess
I'll go first this time. I have a
over
plan.
here.
Okay, Genevieve's going first. So, Genevieve, when you get up to the edge where the tower structure is, it looks like there's a little bit of a four-cornered archway on the top of this like old domed structure. You can kind of climb around the pillar, and it kind of just goes down like a slide.
Ooh, that looks fun. Okay. How far down is it? Just curious.
40 feet.
40 feet.
Maybe a little bit longer.
All right, I'm gonna try to wedge myself around and slide down. I think we can just slide in. Should be fun.
So you see Jen kind of get on her butt, and she's holding the column behind her, looking down, and looks fun. Are you gonna let go?
Yeah.
You let go, and you start to slide down. Shh. You can see that there's a little bit of remnants of the spiral staircase that was once wrapped around this tunnel, and there's a gap. And you have to kind of move to the right a little bit. Roll a dexterity check for me as you start to slide down.
Does she yell?
Watch out for the gap! Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Dex. Okay. Oh, my God.
Oh.
I got a nat 20. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, look at the guys. I believe you.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, so you hit the ground. You manage to shift aside, and you hit the ground and go onto your back and slide out into this like courtyard area that's surrounded by some dead trees, and you're just laying on your back looking up now at this big leaned over Tower of Pisa thing. I made it.
I'm just going to roll out of the way and then kind of stay down there, catching my breath for a bit.
Okay. So, yeah, when you stand up, you can see the remnants of an old village. There's what looks like maybe an old mill of some sort on the other side of the stream. There's some stairwells that lead nowhere. And up on top of a massive platform is a a colonnaded structure that looks like the remnants of a temple.
Ooh. All right, I'm just gonna wait. I think it's okay. Just watch out for the gap. Come on down.
Who's next?
Ooh, ooh.
Safkeen? You want to try it?
Yeah, I guess Safkeen will go next.
Okay, you can run along vertical surfaces, so this would be no problem. If you want to just jump down and start to scamper down.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, roll an acrobatics check for when you get to the stairwell portion.
Teen?
Yeah, it's enough. You don't do it gracefully, but you make your way to the bottom and hit like kind of hard, and it knocks the wind out of you a little bit, but you kind of slow down your run. And Xavier, Genevieve is there.
I'm going to lend her a hand to kind of pull over the side. You made it.
Okay, who's next?
Vindel's going to look at the rest and be like, well, I guess I'll see you at the bottom. And she takes a running start and grabs her cloak and just like glides down to the bottom.
Like a flying squirrel?
Yep.
Like a flying squirrel.
Down to the bottom, you catch your feet.
So cute.
I'm Batgirl. And yeah, you're fine. Cece takes a running leap. She bounds down, jumping from stairpiece to stairpiece. Oh, she stumbles a little bit at the bottom and lands on her butt.
I'm going to chuckle quietly behind my hand.
Who's next?
Yu's gonna take Frankie's big hand and walk him over to the edge.
Mind the gap, Frankie.
Well, you will jump with Frankie and then cast Featherfall on both of them, so they can just go down softly.
All right,
Xavier, do you want to hold my other hand? Do the three of us want to go down together?
It's almost like a weird kind of jagged formation as you guys you jump out and you float down, and then you hit the tower floor and you just kind of bounce out and fall again, and down again. But easily making your way down to the bottom. It's a little crowded at the base of the tower, but you make your way. And
make room for Frankie. I'm pushing him through the.
Excuse me,
Xavier.
excuse me, sorry.
You jump
Xavier's
in.
He's gonna jump in. Yeah, just
All
counting
right,
on his reflexes to save him.
All right, acrobatics check.
Uh-oh.
Xavier got a 1.
What was that about?
Yeah.
All right, so Xavier, you jump, but you jump out a little bit too far, and you're like, oh! And you go straight down. You hit the middle of the tower. The tower begins to crack a little bit.
Crack! Featherfall! I catch Xavier.
Shit. Everyone out of the way! Everyone out of the way!
You did Xavier too?
Clear the tower!
I was under the impression you only did yourself and Frankie.
Well, I can cast it again, right? I mean,
Okay, so you're going to do Featherfall?
Hang on a second.
Okay.
I've got it.
I thought Xavier was going to rely on his reflexes.
Okay, wait. You guys, if you've got it, I won't Featherfall you.
Can I Featherfall halfway through when I realize I screwed up royally?
Oh, so he has Featherfall. Let him do it.
No, because your action, well, is it a bonus or a reaction?
It's a reaction.
So you would be reacting to the event, which means the tower would still fall.
Oh, shit. Okay.
All right, so the tower
back up.
The top of it begins to roll out of the way and fall through the chasm. The bottom just tilting over. Xavier, you do make your way to the bottom of the tower, but now the tower is starting to roll into the cavern.
Frankie should save Xavier. Can any of us command Frankie?
No.
Oh, only Xavier can command Frankie. Okay.
Okay. Xavier's going to try to scramble out of the tower as it's rolling.
All right, roll an athletics check as you are trying to escape a rolling tower of doom.
I got a 22.
22, okay. Very nice. So you escape just as it starts to roll, and then it's all quiet. Big plume of smoke as the tower hits the bottom of the cavern makes a gigantic noise, and you all just kind of stand there, eyes peeled, as you see several puddles emerge from the stream to your right. 3, 4, 5, 6.
I guess we should have taken the stairs.
What are you doing, guys? So there is...
Okay, where do we go next? Just run. All
right, straight in front there is a corridor that leads this direction. There's a corridor right here that leads through a narrow passage to a street. Yes, the puddle monsters are now
last out. Freeze while we go.
Fence.
Yeah,
they're starting to go through the fence right here.
I mean, I'll release because I was holding firebolt, so I will release that.
Okay, go ahead and release your firebolt at one of them.
Natural 1. Never mind.
Yeah, it misses to the side. It hits the gate as they start to seep through this old gate that's separating it from the stream.
Is there anything that would have caught on fire?
Actually, can Skafkeen... Actually, yeah. Does she... How much time does she have? If everyone else is...
They're right in front of you. If you don't run now, they're going to be on top of you.
We're running.
Okay. Can you just try and freeze them?
Okay, what's the area of effect of your freeze?
30 feet.
30 feet. You can cover pretty much all the puddles that are moving towards you and the stream behind it.
Wow.
If you'd like to use your key point to freeze it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you shape the flowing river, freeze that area. All the puddle monsters freeze in place, stop moving. The stream as well freezes, and the water from behind it begins to rush over.
Skafkeen's gonna turn.
Yeah. You turn, run. Okay, so the freeze would drop, I think, on the other ones about this time. But these ones are going to stay frozen for a little bit as you guys rush through the corridor. You're now in the remnants of an old city street. There are large columns on one side near the cavern. There's a small bridge that goes over the stream to another place. And there's a stairwell next to an old tree that leads up to the temple structure.
Xavier, which way do we go?
We go this way. Which way does he know to go?
Up the stairs to the temple. You know that there's a hatch in the floor in the temple that you need to jump through.
Oh. Going up, following Xavier.
All right.
Yeah, so go.
Yep. You guys all run up the stairs to the temple structure. You get there, and there's this old, like colonnaded temple yard on a massive platform, and inside the ruins of this old kind of temple, you see there's a hole in the floor here.
Okay, so here is where we're going to go down into the gemstone area, I believe, right? Xavier, thinking that's right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We should be relatively quiet from here on out.
Sounds familiar.
Now we're gonna be quiet. So we have to re-roll our stealth checks.
I've still got pass without trace up.
Okay.
Yep. So each of you can roll your stealth checks and then hop into the hole.
Oh my gosh! Another. Wow.
And let's see. I think? And Jen, you still have advantage because of blessing of the trickster.
Oh, thanks.
Well,
I thought you were talking to Jenny for a second. My brain didn't work. Sweet, thanks, Tom.
And got a 37.
I have to go, guys. I have work to do for tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
I stayed for an extra half hour than what I told Seda I was originally going to.
That's true.
Okay.
Because he loves us.
That's a good ending point as we all jump into the darkness of the unknown hole. It's a good cliffhanger to end on.
Yeah, you guys all jump into the hole with your various stealth rolls, which are all very high. So
Not mine.
No problem there.
I rolled a natural 1. Thank God for
It's a
passive
club challenge. You jump down onto Frankie. He just kind of like, lowers you onto the ground.
Thanks, Frankie.
And you guys all feel these like skull-shaped rocks at your feet. And you look down, and the floor kind of glows with an iridescent bluish green. And you look down a narrow cavern that leads off into the darkness, but the path is dimly illuminated by these bluish green stones. You have made your way to the fluorspar chute. It leads down, 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 deep into the darkness below.
Cool.
And we'll pick up there next time.
Yay!
Hey,
The journey to sub 2.
to Mom's house.
Yay.
Yay!
To Mom's house.
Mom's
To
house,
grandmother's
no.
house.
Next week is Easter, and we can't
Yeah.
play.
Right.
My
And can't play. Yeah.
my in-laws will be here.
Right. So we'll try and pick up again. We probably will need Xavier since he has the know-how to get through this area. And honestly, I really need all of you because there is information coming that all of you is specific to you, and I don't want you to miss it. So Spiralia will not resume until we can have everybody present. It won't be next weekend. We'll see how it goes.
What's the
following
week after
weekends.
Easter? What's the date? I don't have a
So the
calendar.
7th or 8th?
So the
Was
fourth.
it that
So
late?
we're not doing the 4th, but the next one would be the 11th of April.
11th. Okay.
11.
11.
I think I'm okay that week so far. Right? Okay.
Yes.